Hello, my dear friends, and today we start to talk about Russian grammar. And we will start to learn the main things, the main topics of Russian grammar. And as a result of this part of our course, you can say something about yourself or you can describe something around you, asking simple questions and trying to answer them. So, what will we learn today? First, we will talk about the gender of nouns. Then I will tell you how to say forms of the plural of nouns. We will learn personal pronouns and also we will learn possessive pronouns. And then how to ask questions what and who in Russian language. If you want to describe something, if you want to say something about objects or people around you. So let's get started, and we start with the first topic, the gender of nouns. I'd like to say that this category is more grammatical category in Russian language. So the gender of nouns actually depends on the last letter of this noun. We have three genders. Like in English we say he, she or it. In Russian we will say on for all nouns which are masculine, она for all nouns which are feminine, and оно for all nouns which are neutral. And all nouns can be replaced with this personal pronoun. So it doesn't matter is this noun animate or inanimate. I mean, it's a person or it's an object, it's a thing. Anyway, instead of this noun, you can use these personal pronouns. Он, она, оно. Он, она, оно. And first, of course, you should know, is it noun masculine, feminine, and neutral. And now we will talk about it, how to recognize the gender of nouns. So let's get started. I hope you didn't forget how to read our personal pronouns. Он, она, not она, right? Because O is not under stress, она, and оно, оно. During this part of our course, I will say these words very often, and I hope that you will memorize them and you will not any mistakes in pronunciation. So, он, masculine, for example, дом, доктор. Она, feminine, for example, книга, семья. And оно, for example, окно, море. So, all nouns which have the last letter consonant, any consonant, like дом, the last letter is the letter M. Доктор, the last letter is consonant R. All these nouns will be masculine. I'd like to say once again that it doesn't matter is it an object or is it a person. It doesn't matter at all. You only need to look at the last letter. So if you see the consonant as the last letter, it means that this noun is masculine, and these words, for example, дом, доктор, can be replaced with this word, он. I will show you these constructions a little later. If this noun has the last letter A, like книга, or я, like in the second word, семья, so this noun will be feminine. Книга, семья. The last letters are A or я. These nouns will be feminine, and they can be replaced with personal pronoun она. Instead of, so for example, in sentences, instead of these nouns, you can say personal pronouns. Он for masculine, она for feminine. If you see that the last letters are the letter O or the letter Е, like окно, and море, it will be neutral, and these nouns can be replaced with оно, оно. Usually, these nouns, I mean neutral, are inanimate, usually, but not all of them. Actually, this part of grammar is very important. Why? I'd like to say you one fact about Russian grammar. You know we have nouns, now we're talking about them, and also we have adjectives, for example, beautiful, good, bad, fast, cold, hot, and so on. And the form of adjective depend on gender of nouns. Also the form of possessive pronouns also depend on gender of nouns. So it's our very first step how to recognize the gender of nouns, because according to gender of this noun, you should make up correct form of possessive pronoun, of adjective, and so on. I will tell you about these things a little later during our course. So now I hope you understood the logic. The last letter is consonant, it's masculine, on. The last letters are a and ya, it's feminine, она. The last letters are o and ye, it's neutral. They can be replaced with personal pronoun оно, оно. And let's talk about translation. You see these pictures and you can easily understand the translation of these words. Дом means house, доктор means doctor. It sounds a little similar. Книга is book, семья is family, окно is window, and море means sea. So we are going to use some of them. So let's look once again at some examples. Let's memorize this part of rule once again. So for masculine, the last letter must be consonant. Let's read these words. Please read the translation, the meaning of these words given in brackets. Let's try to memorize them during talking about grammar. So I will read these words. You repeat, please. I will read it slowly, and you try to repeat it after me. So, брат, брат, город, город, стол, стол, сок, сок. So, all these nouns are masculine. All of them can be replaced with on in sentence. So, for example, if we don't want to repeat this word, if we don't want to say it once again, like брат, брат, брат in every sentence, instead of брат, you can use personal pronoun on. It works for every noun which is masculine. Look please at the second part of this table. As I already told you, last letters a and ya show us that this noun is feminine. Let's read and try to memorize these words. Мама, мама, тетя, тетя, страна, страна, песня, песня. That's it. These are feminine nouns. And the last part, neutral. Let's read these words. Фото, фото, поле, поле, молоко, молоко, кафе, кафе. So, that's it. All these nouns are neutral and they can be replaced with оно, оно in sentences if you don't want to repeat this noun in all sentences. This is the main rule, and now I hope you can easily recognize the gender of this noun. Of course, like in every rule, this rule has exceptions. So let's talk about these words. Let's look at them. All of them are masculine. Папа, папа, дедушка, дедушка, мужчина, мужчина. Be careful with pronunciation, we read it like this. I will repeat it. Мужчина, мужчина. Here we don't need to read every letter, like мужчина. Мужчина. And дядя, дядя. You see the translation, the meanings of these words, and you can easily say, you can easily understand why are all these nouns masculine. So, papa means father, grandfather, man, and uncle. So, these nouns are for men actually, right? And let's think logically, it cannot be other gender. These nouns are masculine. Why are these words exceptions? You see the last letters are a or ya, so according to grammar rule, all these nouns must be feminine, right? But we know the translation, these nouns are for men, and of course it should be masculine. So, and you will use possessive pronouns and adjectives according to this rule. We will talk about these examples a little later. Please try to memorize these 4 words, these exceptions, and please never forget that all of them are masculine, even though the last letters are the letters a and ya. These are exceptions. Папа, дедушка, мужчина, дядя. So, the problem can be with the last letter soft sign, because it can be masculine or it can be feminine. Unfortunately, we cannot explain the logic why are some nouns masculine or some of them are feminine if they have the last letter soft sign. And you need just to memorize them, and here you see 4 words. Let's read them, let's try to memorize their meanings. So, словарь, словарь, учитель, учитель. These 2 nouns are masculine, словарь and учитель. Ночь, ночь, дочь, дочь. These 2 nouns are feminine. So let's try to memorize them, and you will use possessive pronouns, for example, and adjectives according to gender of these nouns. So, словарь, учитель are masculine, дочь, ночь are feminine. Of course, it's not all words which have the last letter soft sign. Of course, we have more words with the last letter soft sign, but we will learn them a little later. Just now, please understand the logic. If you're not sure if this word is masculine or feminine, please check yourself using a dictionary, because in every dictionary you can easily find this information. If you're not sure or if you forgot something, these words. So let's check yourself. Our next task is for checking yourself. I will show you the picture and let's say this word. Doctor, doctor. First, we're talking about nouns which are masculine, and I hope you could memorize some words, meanings of them. I mean, if you look at the picture, you can say me the word. So, дом, дом. Next, let's talk about feminine. This is the picture. What is it? This is книга, книга, книга. Next picture. Next picture, look at it and let's say these words. Семья, семья means family. Next picture for neutral, what is it? Море, море means sea. And the last one. This is a window. In Russian we will say окно, окно. So I hope that you could memorize these words. Доктор, дом are masculine, книга, семья are feminine, and море and окно are neutral. And you just need to look at the last letters and you can easily recognize the gender of these nouns. So let's continue. Some other words, let's try to memorize them too. You can look at the picture, maybe you know the word. So this is a flag. In Russian it sounds a little similar. Flag, flag. Flag is masculine too. Why? Because the last letter is the letter G. G is consonant. Next word. What is it? Tennis. Tennis. Be careful, please. We read T hard, not tennis. We read tennis, as it's international word. This word came from English language. So tennis is masculine too. Why? Because the last letter is consonant, the letter S. Some words for feminine. Look please at this picture. What is it? This is a car. Машина. Машина. Машина – это она. It's feminine because of the last letter A. Next picture. Who is it? Девушка. Девушка means a girl. Девушка. Девушка, of course, it's she. Это она. Она. Logically and according to grammar rule, right? So the last letter is A. And as it's a girl, of course, it must be she. Some examples for neutral. How to say sun? Солнце. 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 It's neutral. Why? Because the last letter is the last letter Ye. Ye. And one more word. What is it? Пиво. Пиво means beer. The last letter is O, you see, that's why it's neutral. So again, flag, tennis, он, машина, девушка, она, солнце, пиво, оно. It doesn't matter is this noun animate or inanimate. It doesn't matter. Grammar rule, this grammar rule, works for every noun.